Kalimera, Kalispera, whatever time you're watching. This is Mappa. I'm Stel. Thassos is here with me. As you can tell by my voice, I'm calm. I've got my evening attire on, ready for beddy buys because I'm chilled. I don't have a glass of wine because I do not drink. But if my walls were soundproof, I would have some jazz music. I'd have a cigar. I'd have a glass of wine if I was a drinker, and I'd be relaxing. Because it's been a very long week if you're an Omonia fan.
Yeah, no.
A glorious one at that, for me. For me.
Yes, of course. Of course. Yes. I mean, we'll get into it.
Yes, we shall get into it. Yes, we shall.
Can I ask you, is that glass of wine that you're drinking there, is that some gumandaria maybe?
No, because it's not. It's alcohol, and I don't drink alcohol.
Oh no! But in this imagined.
In this imaginary.
Yeah.
To be honest, if I was that way inclined, it'd be bourbon. Oh. Oh, the penny has dropped.
There you go.
Sorry. Nice. I like I said, I'm so chilled. I don't even remember a lot of things. So, excuse me. Okay. Go on, you do it.
Well, see, if you, like Stel, like to relax with an imaginary glass of wine, why not get that imaginary glass of wine from foodfromcyprus.com, where you can use NCN12 to get 12% discount on your imaginary glasses of wine.
Yes, visit them. They're good friends of ours, and they're very nice to us. There you go.
They are. Now, remember, if you do purchase and use that code with your purchase, you also get put in that little drawer there for the Airbnb.
Very good.
As always.
Very
all
good.
That info is down there. Give it a scroll. Click a few things.
The description. See
them pictures. And have yourself a merry little weekend in Lefkosia.
Yes, a merry one. Yes. A merry one. And hopefully in the cup final.
And of course, if you're not having the wine...
You'll be seeing Omonia there. But,
of course, if you're not having the wine, you can always get a Mr. Brown.
Yes, the greatest cold coffee on the planet.
Sponsor us.
Come on.
Yes.
Right. Shall we begin with the action from the weekend?
Yes, let's do it.
We shall indeed. Okay, and the first game, ladies and gentlemen, was Salamina 3, Othello 2, Miguelito giving Salamina the lead, Othello with an equalizer before Frangu made it 2-1, Mikel Duris, my guy, Duracell, leveled it up in his first game for Othello, but Frangu made it 3-2, victory for Salamina, they're up on 28 points, only a point behind Apollon. My guy, your analysis, please.
Yes. Yeah, well, now Salamina win 3-2 for the second game in a row. This time my man Durmishai didn't get a goal. Instead, he hit the bar with a looping header. So Frangos, he scored the 2 goals. So 1, it was his debut, but 2, it was his second debut because Now Salamina also had him last season. Now Salamina released him and he signed for AES, and then AES released him in 1st of January for him to re-sign back for Now Salamina. Now his debut, he scores 2 goals. One of them was that lovely little free kick that we saw there during the game. The other one was a nice little move as well. Again, you said big man Juris returning to Othello's following his loan, scores a goal straight off. Nice one. Just wanted to say as well that Now Salamina aren't missing big man Doregaray, are they? They've scored 6 goals in 2 games, so, and 3 separate goal scorers. But yeah, what I've like as well about Now Salamina is Now Singh didn't play, so instead of concentrating the play on the right, they concentrated it on the left, and then you saw Fernandez and Kone become a bit more standout for them. And I think 2 of their goals came from that left-hand side as well. So they've got up front, they've got choices, regardless of Duregaray being there or not.
Well, the important thing for them is that they're scoring goals and they're getting goals from different parts of the pitch. And I think that's been a problem for a lot of clubs, especially those that are trying to stay up. But Salamina, you can tell that they're one of those teams where their ambition is eventually to get into that top 6. It's now and impossible for them, given the competition that's above them. But they're trying anything that they can. And they've gone beyond that team that's just playing to stay up. You can tell they've got ambitions, but it's difficult. The gap is too... I mean, okay, the points tally doesn't show it, but in terms of ability and players and budgets, the gap is astronomical.
No, but I think they're going to get there if they keep at it. If they keep the plan as is, they're going to get there. Cyprus has this thing of, throwing the plan out the window if it doesn't work out for you. So they got close last season, obviously. There was a few things happening last season. They got very close. And I think they're going to get very close this season as well, pending the form of some of those teams that are above them that should be performing better. More on that a bit later.
Yes, indeed. And what about Othello? What about them?
Othello are pleasing to watch up to a certain point, but they just can't stop conceding goals. Like up front, they've got players like Oeslati. They've got Popescu, the Romanian. They've got Juric coming back. They've brought these 2. I don't know if they're both Slovenian or Slovakian or that area of Europe. They've got a few players coming in from that area of Europe, but obviously the manager knows very well. Is it Pick, one of them? Peck?
Yes, yeah, defender. The defender?
Yeah. No, he's a midfielder. But they've signed a couple of other players as well from that region. We'll see how they get on. I think, look, Othello's are going to be there or thereabouts relegation wise, but the way that the season's unraveling itself at the moment, it doesn't look like there's really a weak team like, say, there was last season, where there was a couple of teams that were just not as good as everybody else. Whereas this time around, it seems like it's a bit more balanced down at the bottom there, which would make it a bit more interesting.
For sure. It makes it interesting for us as well. So
yeah, exactly. We'll have stuff to report on.
Yeah, for sure. And speaking of which, let's go to another game. And this was Karmiotis 1, Ethnigo 1. 2 penalties. One from Enzo Cabrera, and then Theodoru, the guy on loan from Apoel, giving them a share of the spoils. I don't think anyone gives a shit out of the 2 teams whether or not they drew. They obviously both of them wanted to win. Karmiotis second from bottom still, Ethnigo. 5 points behind AEL. What can we say about this one apart from the penalty that was given to Karmiotis?
Yeah, I mean, it's a stamp, isn't it? It's a penalty. It's not a stamp. It's not, obviously it's not on purpose. It's just something that happened. But he got the player. He got the player and not the ball. It's a penalty.
Do you know what it reminds me of? Have you ever done this thing where, like, you might have, I don't know, gone to the cupboard in the kitchen and something's has fallen and you've tried to control it with your foot, but end up stamping on it?
Yeah,
that's
exactly
what it reminds you of.
Yeah,
you try to do a Berbatov to bring it down like that, and you end up just stamping on it like Joe Barton.
I would like to move on, but there wasn't anything that happened in that game, so I can't.
No, nothing at all. You say it best when you say nothing at all.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Karmiotis got rid of a player. So, I mean, the transfer news. Navarone 4 was signed in the summer. He was released by Karmiotis and is now signed for Bandırmaspor in the 2nd division in Turkey.
Okay.
He, for Karmiotis, scored 2 and assisted 2 in 16. So it was all right for him. It wasn't a disaster. It wasn't spectacular for him. But regardless, I think they're gonna miss somebody as well with his experience, because he had played in the Brodaslima before with Bafo a few years back. So,
do you think they're gonna bring any more players in this summer? This month, sorry, because obviously, you know, it seems that a lot of the lower clubs like to do a lot of business in January. They do a lot of business in the summer anyway, but in January as well. So what do you think of them?
Well, hold on. Let me just consult my spreadsheet here. So Garmiotissa have released Newport, Anestis, and 4, and have signed Psychas from Apollon.
Yes.
And Haralambous from Anorthosis.
Oh, okay.
So, looking at kind of what Garmiotissa are trying to do now, I think they're trying to bring in more Cypriot players because they're cheaper. But
yes.
Especially, you know, since Punin is no longer there to throw money at the club, I think they're trying to rearrange things from what was there previously.
Okay. So,
yeah. Now, Achna, on the other hand, are going to be busy, I think, especially on the striker front, because they've signed another striker. Personally, I don't see why they need another striker, because they've got Ilya, Cabrera, Zé Gomez, JNM, and Christofi can all play up front. And now they've signed Nikos Ioannidis as well, who spent most of his time in the Super League 2 in Greece. And so he's played for Ionikos and Galicia. So is Ilya going to go? Is Cabrera going to go? I suspect one of those guys are going to be going if Achna is signing more strikers. What do you think?
Never say never when it comes to clubs that size.
Yeah.
This is the way I see it, because from what I remember and the conversations that I had with people at that club in the summer, I'm just going to say this, they wanted 2 central defenders, and they were proposed 2 central defenders, and they decided to go with cheaper options, be it foreign. They still went with the cheaper options. But as you know, mate, there are loads of agents involved in Cyprus.
Yep.
And all it takes is one phone call, and they will say, oh, I need this player, or I need a player in this position. How many profiles have you got? Transfermarkt, 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 Transfermarkt. And they go through them. And that's how they work. It's like Salamina last season. I know full well they needed a left back, but they couldn't afford to pay their wages.
Yeah.
What happened? They ended up getting Malakidis on loan.
On loan, yeah.
Yeah? So I don't know who's covering it. No, he wasn't, but I was interested to know who was covering his wages. Was it Apollon? Yeah. Was it Salamina?
Interesting. Yeah, that's an interesting question. Very interesting question. Wow.
Right. Shall we move on?
We can do.
On to the next, my friend. And I believe is this the Ajax game? Is that? Yes, it is. It's Ajax beating Ajax by 2-0. Rafa Lopez, my guy, I've been waxing lyrical about for a long time, gave them the lead with a goal that was onside before Fran Sol made it 2. Game done. Good night. Happy days for Ben Shimon. When I saw the first goal, mate, my immediate thought was offside. And then when I saw the replay, again, I thought offside. But then when you look at the clip that we showed, it was literally the moment the ball was touched by Dimas when they drew the lines. Usually you see the ball leaving his foot or the player's foot before they start drawing the lines. But anyway, I'm not going to complain. Not my team, not my problem.
Yep. Well, we need to say as well that Ajax had a player sent off in between the 2 goals as well.
They did, yes.
They did. But yeah, Rafa Lopez, he's getting goals now. Ben Shimon's shot a rocket up his arse, it seems.
Oh, yes.
I read the other day, I can't remember who was talking about Ajax, but Ben Shimon apparently has like a degree in psychology or something.
Oh, yeah?
So I think, and the person that was being interviewed was saying that one of the things that Ben Shimon is doing that wasn't necessarily there before was obviously looking at the players' psychology to get them to improve their performances, which seems to be working, especially in defence. They've only conceded twice since he's joined. That's
impressive.
It is. It's a strange one as well that it seems to have coincided with Roberge playing every game for him as well.
Well, he didn't play the weekend.
Did he not?
No, it's Tomovic and Milicevic.
Oh, right. Okay. Well, fine.
Well,
fine. But listen, I'm just saying. Roberge was playing more.
You could say, Gushko has been coming off the bench, and you could say that Farage has been coming off the bench, and you could say that Bruno Gama's come into form, and you could say that Mamas has been playing. So he's doing something right now. Something right that the last coach didn't do the back end of his tenure, but even still, you can't knock what...
He's also involving Trzaskowski more as well.
Yes.
He scored a couple of goals for him. So yeah, it's interesting to see whether this form carries on. Because at the moment, obviously, most of the teams above them are still performing well. So
yeah.
So we'll see. We'll see how they go on. Interesting.
And Liasoluga, AES, only a point behind Othello still.
Yep.
2 points behind Ethnigo.
I think everybody in the team knows the difficulty of the job that they've got, being the team that they are, with probably one of the lowest budgets in the league as well, and the rest of it. So they know they've got a fight on their hands. It's not anything new by saying they've got a fight on their hands, but Thassos is very good at motivating players and actually playing.
Knows the league.
Yeah, he knows the league, but also,
well, heard that before.
But also, he does like to play football. Like we saw it. I'm not throwing shade at anybody. I'm just saying. I think Lugar is a good coach. I think he's a very good coach. We'll get to it. We'll get to it when we get to it. But yeah.
That was me slurping my coffee for those listening. Imagine the Kermit the Frog meme. That's what it is. That's all it is. Right, on to the next.
Yeah.
And it was the Limassol derby. And what a game this was. Malakidis gave Apollon the lead with a wonderful header and a fantastic celebration as well, showing passion before Francis scored a beautiful goal of his own. But then Pedro Marquez on the stroke of halftime made it 2-1. And then Valbuena, who has been carrying Apollon for the past God knows how many weeks, made it 3-1. Good win for Machin in his first derby. And Thassos, this was a Limassol derby that wasn't cancelled. I didn't see any chairs being thrown, unless you know something that I don't.
No.
But yeah, it seemed to be pretty well behaved.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, firecrackers, flares, all that business, loud noises, everything. But I feel like it was fairly well tempered, passionate, loud. Always loud, that stadium. I don't know if you ever get the chance to see a game at that stadium, go. It's nice. It's nice. Obviously better to go when your team's winning. But anyway, first 10 minutes, I'll had some chances, and then Malakidis puts on his best Tottenham era Bale suit on. We're sprinting down the left-hand side. Francis got given a role, and I think basically Koskela told him that he needs to have like Golosjev Rajin with Kremenchik. Like you see every single attacking highlight from Apollon, and you've got Francis over Kremenchik like some kind of fucking just on him like no one's business. It was something else.
It's a mismatch, though. I mean, look at Kremenchik. He's huge.
But I mean, that's why he was always like trying to. But to be fair, he did keep him quiet.
Yeah.
But because he was on Kremenchik the whole time, it meant players like Malakidis could exploit the wing. So obviously, first goal, Malakidis gets his header because he's completely unmarked. Yeah, the IL goal, I think, especially Yerolemu's pass. He's like looking over there, and the ball just goes. It's lovely pass, lovely finish as well from Francis. Marquez got a goal, so your guy. Let's see if he carries that on. I'll hit the bar from a corner as well. Macris hit the bar from a header from corner. And I gotta say something about Isles' defense, man. Right, Valbuena for his goal picks the ball up from a through ball for a counter attack from the center line, and then just sprints past all three of Isles' defenders. He sprints faster than the rest.
Sprint. You think that was a sprint? For him, it was.
He made them. They made him look like, he was 15 years younger.
Yeah.
De Vest, like running back, actually pulled something, got himself proper injured from it as well. Like if you watch the highlight back, you see him pull up as he's running back. Hugo Basto got completely done, and Bedojevic was like nowhere near it. So Valbuena, he got to the 18-yard box and just lovely little finish into the side netting. Nice little thing there. But yeah, I think Cosquela's going to be pissed with his defense, especially for that third goal.
Well, I think he's going to be pissed with the owners as well, because while they have made one signing, clearly they need more reinforcements. And from what I understand, I think I've mentioned this actually. They want a striker, but they don't want to pay for his accommodation. And I can't say the striker, but he's got a very good goal scoring record. In the past 2 years, he's got almost 40 goals. So he wants to go there, but unfortunately, they don't want to give him a house or an apartment or even a tent.
I don't know, man. As either way, I mean, now that we're talking about IL and the signings, they, like you said, they have made a signing. They've made a defensive signing, obviously needed based off of the results of that game, and probably De Vest being out for a while. I think he's going to be out for a long time. Like, he was running back, nobody anywhere near him, and then all of a sudden he's just grabbing his thigh, I think, and he's just dropped to the floor. It's going to be a bad injury, I think.
If it's a torn thigh muscle, then there's going to be problems.
Yeah, it didn't look good. Whatever happened didn't look good. But they have signed a defender, and they've signed a defender from the SPL, from Livingston. As a central defender, Louis De Lucas. De Lucas left Livingston, confirming he was heading out the door because he was homesick. Now, the guy is called Louis De Lucas. It's not Luis De Luca, yeah? So he's from the Dominican Republic. And he was homesick. That's why he left Livingston. I'm just gonna leave that there. I'm just gonna leave that there, kind of stinking the place up for a little bit.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, when I read kind of what the Livingston fans' reactions to it, it seems to be more the fact that the current manager seems to alienate the players, rather than him being like, I want to leave because I want to go home, and actually, no, I'm going to go that way instead. Either way, but anyway, he's got 9 appearances for the Dominican Republic, and prior to Livingston, he was at FC Haka in Finland for 2.5 seasons. So Cosquela's going to know him very well. I'm guessing this was probably one where Cosquela was like, yep, that's a good guy to bring in. I know him.
Yeah.
You know something.
I've just put 2 and 2 together about something. I'll tell you afterwards. Afterwards.
Okay.
I just put 2 and 2 together about it. It's nothing major, but it's just one of those 1 minute moment. So.
All right. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
sorry,
I mean, we said there weren't any crowd problems. There was one small issue One small issue. Yeah, so Gizar reported that a 54-year-old employed by the Cypriot army had been arrested prior to the derby for drunken disorderly behaviour.
Nice.
Yeah, including insulting and pushing over a police officer while he was in the stands.
Okay.
So yeah. I thought, normally you wouldn't bring it up, but he works for the army. I'd rather say he works for the army than he is a soldier, because they
could be a cook.
Yeah, exactly. It could be the guy that just stamp. Okay, that guy's been paid.
Yep.
No, he's not getting paid.
Yep.
But as well, since it's transfer season, Apollon have announced the release of Edzaz Hussein. So he was signed last January from Molde, and in that time he played 7 times and provided 1 assist. So he was surplus to requirements this season, following only playing 12 minutes. He played 12 minutes this season. That's it.
Okay.
So I mean, he's probably disappointed it's worked out. I don't know what Apollon fans think of it, but he kind of came with like this glowing, kind of like he was supposed to be like this really good playmaking kind of midfielder, and nothing happened in the end.
Pretty much.
That's what happens when you keep changing your coaches.
Yes.
Yeah.
Are we going to go into changing of coaches soon? I think we are.
Well, we're going to get to it. I can
feel it. I can feel it. Okay, what game is next? Surprise me. Random video generator. I'm joking. This is Doxa beating Buffer. Another shock victory. Doxa are fighting their way out of trouble. We thought they were done and dusted, but they got a 1-0 victory over Buffer. And mate, I'll tell you what, I couldn't believe it. When you were telling me the scoreline, you're like, there's 15 minutes to go, and Doxa are winning 1-0 against Buffer. I'm like, what? And I checked the score. I was like, Verkovsky scored. Okay, interesting. You know, there's still 15 minutes left, but you never know. And then you messaged me something else. You said, check in the 83rd minute. So I did, and I got some footage.
Yes.
And this is what you're telling me about. And the more I see it, the more glorious it is.
It's amazing. It's fantastic.
That is how not to win the ball and how to concede a free kick.
Oh, wow, this is so amazing. And then the referee is like, I got it. I can't.
What do you want me to do?
It's amazing. Oh, tragic. He was the one that actually gave the assist as well for the goal.
Yeah.
So he had a blinder of a game. He was all over the place. Him and Santi and Sadiq were all over the place. And Doniadis had a game. Like he had an actual, he was fantastic as well.
Yep.
You know what it is? It's right. Doxa haven't lost since they brought in Tandy. That's what it is. Sim Tandy's doing it.
That's it.
Yeah. Clip it.
Will the real Sim Tandy please stand up?
Oh, yeah, he's bossing it for him, isn't he? Yeah. Something else that didn't get picked up by the cameras as well is that Bafos had a player sent off for two bookable offences from the bench. Dimitriou got 2 yellow cards for dissent and got sent off.
Yes.
Now, Bafos have been depleted a little bit with injuries, but they seem to play this Abdusalamov.
The centre forward, yeah.
Yeah.
He was at Agrida, wasn't he?
He was. And if you remember correctly, I trashed him last season because he was at Agrida. Did absolutely nothing. At one point, he came on the 80th minute in the game and got sent off in the 83rd. Right? This guy, you know, this guy reminds me of that signing that Southampton made ages ago.
Ali Dia.
Yeah, Ali Dia, exactly.
George Ware's cousin.
He must know somebody, because I don't understand. I don't understand what he does. I am Putin's cousin. Okay, you can play. Yeah, I think it's got to be something like that. I mean, I've had a couple of Russian people on Twitter ask me how he's doing at Bafo. Don't ask me how he's doing, man. Don't ask me how he's doing.
He's been shite.
I will listen. Like the same way that we had like a little dance when Doxa won their first game. When Abdusalamov scores his first goal in the league, we're gonna also do a little dance.
Yes.
I think. Yeah.
Yes.
But yes.
We'll have some music. We'll have a music montage as well.
Exactly. But the Bafo, they lose a game and the whole place is going to burn down. The Bafo organized fans sent a letter out saying like, "You don't know whoever what a Balligaridi is. You're all shit." Basically, yeah, complaining about the lack of progress from the team over the last few years, despite the fact the owners are spending all the money.
Well, the team that up until maybe 3 years ago hadn't ever got into the top 6. 2 years ago.
Yep.
And they were worried about the progress.
Yep.
Well, listen, stop sacking managers left, right, and centre, and stop making dodgy signings like players that are under investigation for match fixing or hit and run. Then you might have a chance of winning things. I'm just going to say it.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. I mean, there's speaking of sacking the managers, they're talking about getting rid of Caicedo after one bad game.
Well, their TikTok account has been very quiet recently.
Oh, is it? You haven't been. Their TikTok account. Bafo have a TikTok account. Oh, Alia has a TikTok account. Right? Yeah. Got you. Yeah. No, understood. But yeah. Anyway.
So look, they're fifth in the table, level points with Omonia. They had the chance to overtake Omonia. We're going to go to that in just a moment. In fact, they could have overtaken Adi. They would have been third if they'd have won that game. In fact, no, what we're talking about, they'd be second. If they beat Doxa, they would have been second.
Yep.
Right? So it is still tight. And maybe Caicedo hasn't been given the boot because it's still tight.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only thing I can think of why he's on big money and they don't want to just chuck him just yet like they did with Berg.
Mm-hmm. We'll see.
Or maybe Ketspire is too expensive at the moment.
Yeah, or well, depends. Maybe they're talking to Sofroni.
Oh, if they do, I will be LOL. Anyway, I'm going to say.
We'll go into it later.
Yes, we'll probably go into it sooner rather than later, my friend. Yes. Sooner rather than later. So Doxa are on 8 points now. It's only 3 points between them and Garmi Odessa. 6 points behind Ethnigoi in 10th. With the playoffs looming, they have a lifeboat, haven't they? A little life raft.
Yeah. It's a rose on the door with the whistle, isn't it?
Yes.
So keep blowing that whistle, lads.
Yes. Anything else to add with this? I can't really think of anything.
No, not for the.
I know Pelagio's injured. I don't know how long he's going to be out for.
Broke his ankle. So that's going to be a while.
Yep. Have they got anyone on AFCON duty, by the way?
No, because it was going to be a Coco, but Coco didn't make the final squad for Doctor of Congo.
Okay. What about Nam?
No, they're both still at the club.
Oh wow, okay. Well, fair enough. Underperforming. This is what happens.
Yeah.
Speaking of underperforming, next game, Ari beating Omonia by 2-0. It was comfortable. 10-man Ari, by the way, because Sunday got sent off. Goals from Kazu and Gogorin on the Orthodox Christmas. Omonia in disarray. Ari back to winning ways. Papastiliano making his debut for Omonia. But Thassos, I keep saying this every week, we went in great detail during No Choftes. I'll let you have the floor with this one, my friend.
Yeah, I mean, for both of the goals, you can't blame Papastiliano, man.
No chance.
I mean, this goal that we're looking at for Kokorin, there's 7 Omonia defenders in the box, and nobody's looking at a man. Nobody's looking at chasing after an Aris player, going up to him. Kokorin, a player of Kokorin's skill. Basically, it must have been surprised he got the ball as easy as he did, and then what's he going to do when he's got like the keys to the 18-yard box? What's he going to do? There's only one result at the end of that. It doesn't matter what kind of goalkeeper you got in goal.
Are you going to go a little bit backwards and talk about Adam Lang's defending and Cipriano's defending?
Yeah, I mean, we can go through in detail, but I don't want to, you know, it's that whole back four had an absolute disaster for that game. I watched about 15-20 minutes of it, and I was like, hey, there's only going to be one winner in this. And you know, I mean, even when Aris were down to 10 men, there wasn't really anything from Omonia to, you know, kind of, there wasn't any impetus in the team. It's like,
was there a plan B? Do you think was a plan B?
I don't think it's necessarily the coach. I think
no. But was there? But was there a plan B?
Probably not. Knowing how Sofroni normally lines up,
okay.
But I think the players are to blame there. I mean, you know, you put somebody like Adam Lang on to start the game because you think somebody with a player of his quality in inverted commas and experience.
I thought you were going to say caliber.
Caliber. No, I won't say caliber because caliber implies he's good.
Yeah.
Yeah. He had, like, there's a reason why Sofroni had dropped him previously, I think, and I think he used this game to be like, "Fuck you, Sofroni," and basically.
Let me ask you a question though about Adam Lang, right? Because you know how I feel about the player, and in the members area, you'd have seen all the videos, whatever. But how has a player who has had so few injuries regressed so much?
But I have no idea, man. I have no idea what's gone on. I think what's happened is he's been dropped by a manager, and then he's thrown his toys out the pram. Yeah, rightly so, because his performances. I think his performances even under like
Yannick Ferreira.
Yeah, no, even before Ferreira, for Lennon as well. His performances were dog shit. So
he was going that way under Berg as well, by the way.
So yeah, he gets dropped and replaced by a different player, and rather than take that as a like, oh, I've got to motivate myself, I've got to get myself up there, he's thrown the toys out the pram. Like, there was even an interview before Christmas where he was like, yeah, you know, I think I'm going to leave Omonia because they won't put me in the first team. They won't put you in the first team, boss, because you're shit. If you pick up your performances when you're given the chance, then you'll play. But if you
say that last bit again.
If you put in a performance, if you're given the chance, you'll play.
Not before that.
You're shit. Yeah. Yeah. But, you know, listen, there's been like 2, 3, 4 hours of this week for the members. So I'm not going to go into it too much. I've got to say, even with the really crap defending, Kaju's finish, I think, was a nice finish. I think he...
Good finish, right foot as well.
Yeah, like Papastigliano wouldn't, like, any Fabiano wouldn't have had a chance with it. It was top corner finish, really good. But yeah, Sané as well didn't have, I don't think, could argue about his 2 yellow cards. In fact, that second yellow card came a bit late, I think. It could have been
for sure.
a lot sooner. I think the referee was very lenient with him. But yeah, so obviously that shit show happened. So Gatto gets thrown out.
Say that again.
Gatto gets thrown out. Yeah. Yep. So he's gone. 11 months in the job because he started in February last year, right? Yeah. So 11 months in the job. That's like 8 years in Cypriot time. I think he's,
Cat years,
he's
yeah? Cat years.
exactly. Yes. But yeah. So he's gone. So on Monday, I bring in a new coach. Announced yesterday or today was it?
Today, this morning.
It was this morning, Wednesday.
Wednesday morning,
So
yes.
the player's the coach's name is Kjetil Rekdal. Now, I'm not going to be making fun of his name. There's no way. Someone with a name like Thassos should not be making jokes about Rekdal. I'm not making an ass of myself. I'm going to be really anal about this. I don't want anyone reaching for the bottom of the barrel. Anus.
Oh my God.
Sorry, I got put off there. There was a colon in my notes. So I've been thinking about it all fucking day. Anyway, Rekdal is a Norwegian who's been in charge of Valeranga twice, Asselunds, IK Start, Hamarkameratane. I think that was pronounced right. Thank you. And Rosenborg in Norway, Jerserske in Belgium, and Kaiserslautern in Germany. I don't know why I said that in a Dutch accent, but anyway. He has 1 Norwegian championship and 3 Norwegian cups. So
last trophy was 2011, by the way.
Well, yeah, but he's won stuff, right? He's got something. He's done something. So, but yeah, if you want more of a breakdown, then you'll have to get one of them memberships.
Oh yes.
And watch the
I did a lot of digging.
Yeah.
I did a lot of digging.
Mm.
Well, it's a name that came left field.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm kind of glad it was kept under wraps.
Yep.
A lot of people were talking about Dambrauskas. I said it. When was it? I messaged you about it. Was it Tuesday morning? It was Monday morning, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was Monday morning about a new head coach. And then Tuesday it was no, I'm not talking about. Monday, I heard that they were searching for a new head coach. Monday afternoon, Sofroni was sacked. And then Tuesday, Dambrauskas' name was thrown in the hat. And I found out literally Monday night that Dambrauskas didn't want the job. Listen, it's not the first time Ammonia have gone for a second or third choice head coach. Is he the right selection? Already the knives are out for the guy. He hasn't even landed.
I don't think that's fair. I don't think that's fair.
It's not fair, but this is the culture. And a lot of people feel wronged. It's almost like, you know, your girlfriend has cheated on you 10 years ago and you're still not over it. It's the same with Sofroni. The guy's gone.
That is going to get old at some point, but not yet.
I don't care. Right now, I'm in chill mode. Yeah?
Yeah.
So look, people are going to be up in arms about it. I've spoken to people in and around the club. Some of them are sad. Some of them say good riddance. It is what it is. This new guy that's come in, from what I've been told, he's a disciplinarian. He doesn't take any shit. He's very outspoken. So if the football isn't going to be great, if it's not going to be great, at least we're going to get some entertainment on the touchline. That's all I have to say. Can you imagine him against Sapinto?
Oh God, there's going to be a fight in there, because Sapinto's back soon as well, so that's going to be.
Yeah, can you imagine Ketspire sitting in the stands? I want to be there. I want to fight.
Oh God!
Yeah, but like, oh my God, it's going to be like Anchorman. You know the scene in Anchorman?
Yeah. Oh God!
We've got all the different reporters, journalists, all fighting. You're going to have, you know, what's his name, Rekdal there, and then you're going to have Sapinto there, and then Ketspire comes. You know,
and then Gallejo's gonna be like,
show up.
Yeah, I stabbed the guy with a trident.
And then Mick McCarthy's gonna show up. What about me? You can't forget about me. I'll fucking have all of you.
Oh dear. Right. But yes. Yeah. So Money has new coach. So let's see what happens. It's gonna be.
Yes.
By the way, you didn't update your little conga line, did you? With
Yeah, I
Sofroni
did.
going out,
I
did you?
did. I did.
Oh, oh, I missed
I
it.
did, man.
I
I
missed
did.
it.
You missed it.
I must have missed it, or did I? Oh,
Okay.
I must have retweeted it very quickly and been like, "Yeah, there it is." Oh
Shame.
no, yeah, because I remember I said, "Do the thing, do the
Shame on you. All
thing."
right. All right. Okay. So,
Yeah,
while you mention it, while you mention it, while you
yes,
mention
and
it,
yeah, yeah.
Thassos, how many head coaches is that now?
Is it
Sacked in
12?
Cyprus?
Is it 12?
One, two,
Oh,
three,
it's
four,
11.
five, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
There he
We
is.
are on 11. And as our
Yeah.
friend Anorthosis Talker joined us months and months and months ago, and he's getting back on actually because he's
Yep.
doing very, very well. I'm sure he'll be happy. He said
Yeah.
we might have number 12 pretty soon. I'm pretty sure
Mm,
it's around the corner. It's around the
yeah.
corner. But yes,
Yeah.
11 guys, 11. So we're not halfway through last year's tally.
Yep.
We're close. We're close.
Yeah, let's see what happens. I think once the second, but just before the second round starts, I think there's going to be like 3 or 4 people that are going to get put in the blender. But yeah, on Aris' side of things, we've got they announced a new player, another defender,
Yes,
another
they did.
19-year-old from
He's been training with
Senegal.
them since December, by the way.
Yep, yeah, I've got 2 weeks. He was on trial with them for 2 weeks with a view to signing for the under-19s, but he impressed so much they've decided to register him for the main team. So
Okay.
yeah, let's see
Cool.
how he gets on. He's played for the Senegal under-17s, and I managed to find his previous club, AF Darussalam in Senegal. So
Okay.
yeah, so let's see.
Interesting.
Lukoba Abubakar. That's a nice name.
Yes. Yes.
Lukoba
Absolutely.
Abubakar.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So there you go.
All right. Finally, just for you, Thasso.
Main event. Main
There you go.
event. We got
Upwell
stuff
beat.
to talk about.
Yeah, Upwell beat Anorthosis by a goal to nil. Domani with the winner, but was it Arbeloda?
Yeah.
Blah, blah, blah,
Abeloda.
blah. Arbeloda.
Abeloda.
Arbeloda. With an Onana, I guess.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
to be honest, weeks and weeks
He.
ago, mate,
Yeah.
I
Go on.
said that he's a liability. I said he's a clown. And goalkeeping like that says it all, really.
I mean, he literally handed the goal to Tomane, didn't he?
Yeah. Yeah, he did. He
Yeah.
did. But the thing is, in the aftermath of the goal,
Yep.
Anorthos's players all walked off the pitch. And I
Mm-hmm.
didn't know what was going on at the time. And as it turns out, when the goal was scored, a whole heap of cups and lighters and shit were launched onto the pitch, and some of it went onto the Anorthos dugout, and they said, "Screw you guys, I'm going home."
Well, I
So,
mean, one of the things was a glass bottle. That's what set things off, was the glass bottle. Obviously, there was a crap load of stuff that was thrown, but the thing that really got them was the glass bottle.
yeah.
No,
Was it Zivania?
no, I don't know what that is. No, in Zivania isn't normally with a red cap or black and red cap.
Vodka?
I don't know. I don't know what it is. Either way, it's something that was brought into the stadium, so somebody should have checked. But yeah, we'll go into that a bit more later. Now, Arboleda as well.
Arboleda.
Arboleda had an incident occur to him as well previous to that. I can't remember what minute it was, but someone threw a firecracker onto the pitch, like really close to him, and it exploded. They had a small stoppage in play for him to basically for people to check if he was all right, but that was basically it. Now, the game, I think you were watching it on OTE Sports as well.
I was watching it on the Greek channel.
Yeah, OTE Sports.
Yeah.
So, because it was on the Greek channel, I can't remember if it was the Panathinaikos or Olympiakos chairman, but the president, but one of them that had one of their games basically cancelled completely afterwards, and then there was like a ban on fans and everything else that happened after that. Went on social media and started complaining about the fact that the game carried on. Yeah,
It wasn't Marinagi.
No, it wasn't Marinagi. But Marinagi is not in charge of Olympiacos anymore.
Is he not?
Well, he's not involved day to day anymore, I don't think.
Okay, fair enough.
But he was complaining about the fact that the firecracker landed very close to a player on the pitch who was still playing, and the game didn't get cancelled. Whereas in their game, the firecracker got thrown further away towards a player who was warming up on the side of the pitch, and they took all the players off the pitch. So that was his complaint.
Even though he's from a different country and he's got nothing to do with him.
Yeah. He was watching the game and decided to complain about it.
Oh, okay. Anyway, fair enough.
But yeah, so...
Okay.
Things rained down on the Anorthosi dugout, so they walked off. But obviously the game finished. It finished in the 90 plus 21 minute. Because basically the goal went in the 89th minute. Celebrations, and then all the Anorthosis players and staff ran off the pitch, and the referees went after them.
Yep.
So the referees were like, nope, okay, nope, out of here. So I think as well, during all this, Yanagi Oka got a red card, and Galejo got a yellow card as well. So I'm not sure what they got those for, whether it was for adverse reactions to stuff being thrown at them at the time.
Yeah.
And then that's probably what made them kind of walk off. I don't know what happened. But yeah, at the end of this, because basically a couple of weeks ago we discussed the fact that the minister or one of the sub-ministers of justice or social or whatever it was brought in a new has been discussing about bringing in new rules against this kind of thing from happening. And in the first instance, there was going to be fines. In the second instance, there was going to be games without fans at away matches. And then after that, it was going to be no fans in the stadium. So a team like Apoel not being able to sell tickets, guess what that means? Probably €40 tickets from Petridis' scheme next. That's what that means.
Yeah, boy.
I get that. That's probably what's going to end up happening because, transfer embargoes not being lifted. The scheme that they had in place not working. The €20 do a thing isn't working either. So the money that the club's making is making from ticket sales. Now imagine if you don't have any tickets to sell.
Yep.
But anyway, we'll see what Vrionidis says next week about it, because our mate Vrio is delayed by a week.
Yeah. Well, look, there's before we carry on, I found the article. It was you're right. It is Garababa from Olympiacos.
Yeah.
So he's just said, unacceptable firecracker thrown in the Apoel Anorthosis game, 1 meter from the goalkeeper, not 10. A player that's on the pitch, not someone that's doing a warm up. So yeah. So there you go.
Yep. But so there's good that something needs to be done, right? Regardless of who you support, this is unacceptable behavior. You score a goal, so you decide to start throwing shit at the other team because you scored a goal. I mean, what kind of monkeys are you? It's literally monkeys throwing shit at people. That's what it is. That's what it is, right? That's what it is. It's still bad when you're losing to do that, right? But how much of a twat are you to decide to do that when you score a goal? Listen, I'll take the flag for it. I'm an Apoel fan, and I'm telling you, that was a bunch of twats. Just leave it. Just let it float. Just let it float. I'll take the flag for it. I don't care. But if the game doesn't get cancelled, neither team gets the points or whatever, like what happened with Apollon and Hael. If we keep the 3 points, fuck it, yeah! 5 points clear. Oh, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. 5 points clear. It's still early in the season, but
it's a good cushion.
It's a good cushion. And obviously, with the way the league works, it works with teams' results against each other.
Yep.
So if Anorthos is a second, basically the results we've had against Anorthos so far means that's an extra point.
Extra point, technically, yeah.
So you know, it's good, regardless of what happened by the fans during the game.
Do you think a lot of that was down to what happened earlier on in the season as well?
Yeah, of course. Now the other thing as well that probably goaded a lot of the fans. I don't want to say it goaded the fans, but the fact that Anorthosis went and tried to get a foreign referee team for the game.
Yeah, well, they did, didn't they?
And they got it, and they got the referee Danish? And the VAR were Danish.
Yeah, Danish and Italian.
But the assistants were Cypriot.
Yeah.
So in the end, you know, with the statement that Apoel put out as well, that didn't help matters either. Where they were like, at the end of the statement, doesn't matter what kind of referee you get, we're still going to beat you because we've got these fans. Kind of, you know, getting the fans
siege mentality
as well. Yeah, exactly.
I think that's what it is, though. This season, it's just been a siege mentality with Apoel, and I think that just takes it to a more intense level. What I will say is that I'm interested to know how the players are going to react in the playoffs if it does get tighter. That's the thing. So, but so far, so good for you guys. I tell you, it's, you know,
mentality-wise, these players are on it. Even if they're not getting paid on time, they're still on it. Like, there's nothing you can say against the players.
No.
Even me shitting on Chabak, I've kind of held it back a little bit because he's doing well. He's doing well. I got nothing to fault. Petrovic isn't a central defender. He's bossing it. You know, FD Vital when he's played, Susic when he's playing, Konstantinov, Marquinhos,
Dongala.
Dongala. Well, we're going to miss Dongala, but no, it's Dalcio who's gone to the who's gone to the AFCON. But yeah, Dongala. I don't want to really big him up too much, but he's doing well as well. Gvili Daya, workhorse, is doing everything but scoring as normal. Donis is coming back as well. As it's.
Haven't you signed someone else as well?
See, because the embargo is still in place, they've got to sort that out before they can sign this Iranian player that Esteglal released, that Sapinto worked with. So he's a central midfielder, he's a box-to-box player. I can't remember the guy's name. I'm really blanking on it.
Hani?
Sorry.
No, not Hani.
No.
Someone else. Hani's joined another club.
Hani may be joining Doxa. I don't think it's been announced yet.
Let me find it.
Oh God.
Let me find it. Hang about. Orlan boy.
God.
It is Mary.
Yeah.
Mehri.
That's the one. That sounds right.
Saeed Mehri.
That's the one. Yeah, from Esteglal.
Oh, so do you think he ever met Vada?
Okay, the video is not playing. Yeah, no.
No.
I don't think so. Do you? Maybe they spoke on the phone. Probably Vada tried to get him to pay for the plane for the dog. Anyway, let's.
Oh, what? What's the dog's name? Mary.
Merimu, yeah.
You signed Vada's dog.
Oh,
you signed Vada's dog.
No.
Oh, sorry.
Oh God.
Right, league tables.
Yeah, well,
league table singular.
Well, we still got like a shitload of stuff to talk about our boil and our offices still.
Okay, go on.
So obviously, with all the shit that went down during the game, the players' union came out with a statement. I'm going to try and read it all out, because I think it's very important to kind of read it all out.
Okay.
They had a meeting after the game between the players' union and the representatives from each first division club for the players' union to discuss kind of best way forward regarding this stuff. So the statement from the players' union after that goes a little bit like this. At today's extraordinary meeting of the Players' Union, which was attended by representatives of the players of the First Division teams, discussed the situation as it had developed after the repeated unacceptable incidents in the stadiums, which endangered the physical safety of the players. After all the players involved had expressed their concern about the adverse conditions in which they were forced to play, the following decisions were subsequently taken. 1. A meeting will be requested by the Players' Union Board of Directors with the Minister of Justice Mario Hatchotis, the Chief of Police Stelios Papatheodoru, and the leadership of the Cyprus FA. And then 2, upon entering the pitch next match day, the players will hold placards with messages against violence and racism, because that's been happening a lot. This is me talking. That's been happening a lot over the last few weeks with the racism. I mean, even Othello's got fined for it.
Yep.
It's, come on, guys. But pick it up. Anyway, back to the statement. The above decisions by the footballers are intended to allow time for dialogue this week so that appropriate measures can be taken, which will provide protection for themselves and those on the pitches. However, if the situation does not improve, there will be discussion of taking stronger measures, not excluding the possibility of a walkout. And this is something that was made clear at the extraordinary meeting. The current situation cannot continue any longer. The time has come for the state to assume its responsibilities. Footballers are particularly concerned, among other things, about the inadequate controls at stadium entrances, the throwing of firecrackers, flares, and other dangerous objects. We have even seen glass bottles in the stadiums. The entry of fans and in many cases who are wearing hoods into the stadiums, and the insufficient number of stewards and supervisors. The players are asking for guarantees for their protection while they are working, and this is one of the issues that the Players' Union will raise during meetings with the relevant bodies. It's clear that unlawful acts on the pitch have become the norm. We are referring to incidents that endanger the physical integrity of the players and other people on the pitch. It is unfortunately obvious that national legislation on the prevention and suppression of violence on pitches is not being implemented as it should be. The situation has reached an extreme, and we cannot wait for the first serious or fatal injury or even death of a football player or other person before a decision is taken by the state to implement the legislation properly. Strict but self-evident measures are required, not half measures. We demand that stadiums be a place of entertainment and not a jungle. Hence the monkeys throwing shit.
Very good.
Tie it all in. So obviously, following that statement, Spiros Neofitidis did the rounds on the radio, on the sports radio shows, and on Supersport FM he went off. He went off as he should have. I mean the situation's becoming untenable. Players are going to suffer from this. Something's going to happen, and then we're all going to be going like, "Oh, that shouldn't have happened." No shit. He called the situation in the stadiums as it is at the moment an unchecked madhouse, which I thought was a great way of putting it. Yeah, you've got all these patients of the insane asylum running around, and nobody's. It's like one flew over the cuckoo's nest after they got rid of Nurse Ratchet. Yeah,
the inmates are running the asylum.
Exactly. Yeah. So I thought the statement originally from the players' union when they talked about walkouts, I thought that they meant during matches. So if something had happened, they'd be like, right, let's go. But during the interview now, yeah. Assistir, fuck you guys, I'm going home. Or what the fuck are you doing? But yeah, in the Neofitidis interview, he said, he confirmed that in essence, what he's saying is if they don't figure shit out over the next week, they've basically got the next match day. If they don't figure out something by next match day, the players will go on strike. So as they should. If your working conditions are not up to scratch, what do you do?
Well, look, we saw the incidents involving the referees at the beginning of the season and how they went on strike.
Yep.
And within 24, 48 hours, it was resolved.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying, when it comes to hitting them in the pockets, they seem to react very, very quickly.
Yeah. So we'll see what happens. What happens.
Yep.
To tell you the truth, I think this should have kind of happened a lot sooner.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I keep going back to Milan Noblok and the Anorthosis game.
Yep.
The amount of crap that was thrown at him, and he didn't even do anything. He was just doing.
Yeah.
the Anorthosis fans were pissed off with their own team, and Noblok was the one getting the brunt of it.
The funny thing is that was Sim sent to us. He didn't even mention it. It was like, whatever.
Well,
what?
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy the amount of stuff that kind of gets brushed under the carpet, even by the players while they're on the pitch.
Yeah.
But yeah, something's got to be done. Now,
for sure.
To more kind of normal matters, Anorthosis have announced their second signing.
Yes.
So their second signing is Alberto Perea. He's a 33-year-old Spanish left winger who's played for a load of different Spanish La Liga, Segunda, and Tercera teams, including Atletico Madrid and Barcelona B teams. It's the B teams of Atletico and Barcelona. Calm yourselves. Rayo Vallecano and Granada. So for Granada this season, he actually made 2 appearances in La Liga.
Thus.
Yes, which equaled to 2 minutes of game time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. He played 2 games. It came on in the 91st minute, both of them. So he's got 2 appearances, 2 minutes.
Well, that's a lot more minutes than Musunda's done for Anorthosis.
Well, no, Musunda's played a bit for Anorthosis. I'm pretty sure he got an assist in the game before.
When? Are you just making these things up now? Is this what we're doing now? We're imaginary stat padding?
Yeah, no. I'm looking this up. Charlie Musunda. Right? There he is, Charlie Musunda Jr. Because senior is retired.
His agent?
Here he is. So here it is. Total appearances 9, assists 1. 1 assist
in 9 games.
Yeah.
He joined when?
He joined in the summer, didn't he?
Oh.
So the assist he had was against Enav in the cup, where he played 90 minutes. He played the whole game.
He played 90 minutes?
He played 90 minutes. Well, there you go. There you go. So, now, more Anorthosis news.
For fuck's sake, honestly,
there's a lot.
Seriously, this club have been dominating this podcast for God knows how long. Fucking hell.
Busy. They've been fucking busy. So,
Sundays, fuck off.
So,
fuck off.
It's like a new signing. Chico Banza is back in Cyprus.
Oh God.
He did it. He did it. So, so he's back in Cyprus. His Instagram is back live. It's back open. And journalism in Cyprus is a bit because they all reported that he got picked by the Angolan national team. Exactly. Load of balls. No. Yeah. He's on a standby list. He's on the standby list of 4 players. So if somebody gets injured in the team that's been picked, then he has a 25% chance of being picked.
Right.
So he tried to attend training on Tuesday, and Galejo marched him straight to the Anorthosis Digisi to hear it's basically for them to hear what he had to say for himself. Now, nothing's come out yet about excuses of what he's done, for what he's done, the discipline measures that are going to be taken for him, obviously disappearing for an extra, 10 days?
Something like that,
yeah. It might as well be 10 days. So that's that one. Now, even more Anorthosis news. Yeah, got some more for you. It's the last bit. It's the last bit.
1 minute. Hold on a second. Didn't they release a statement about him?
Yeah, they did.
No, because Dimitris Christoforou, the press officer, he was on Sport FM, and let me find it. 1 minute.
I know that he was saying that he didn't get picked for the national team because otherwise the national team would have informed us. And we're expecting him back.
He arrived late in Cyprus. That's why we declared him as an unjustified absentee, like AWOL.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't train in the morning. The player will be called to an apology, and from there the authorities will decide. So, okay, fair enough. So, do you think it was easier for Cristoforo to explain that or to translate "we're in the shit"?
Oh, well, let's see. I mean, I've not been on his Instagram today, so I don't know if he's put anything on there to be like, oops.
Out of sight, out of mind.
Yeah, but anyway, yeah. So there's even more Anorthosis news though. So this is to do with their cup game versus Omonia 2 Omonia Harder.
Right? Yes. Yes. Okay.
So both teams got together to go to the Cyprus FA to ask them to move the game from the Managerial, which would have been Omonia 29th of March or whatever they're called, to move the game from their home ground, which would have been for this case the Managerial, to the Andonis Papadopoulos, the home ground of Anorthosis. So the Cyprus FA released a statement basically saying, for people listening, I'm putting my 2 fingers up. So then we get another Anorthosis statement, obviously, to be like, hold on. But basically, the statement provided clarification that both teams wanted the game moved due to security issues relating to the Managerial. In addition, President Sandis had personally called Turtlehead Gumas to explain the issue, to which the fuckhead said he would come back to him within the hour. And instead, the Cyprus FA released the statement saying, no, you're playing the game at the Managerial. So Anorthosis' statement finished off with saying that any security issues that may occur are on the Cyprus FA's head. Ominous.
I'm just going to say this. This game needs to be played behind closed doors. Because if they thought the problems that they had during the Aboal game were bad.
Yeah.
Don't forget, this is the first time these two have played each other since the formation of Omone Gosenia.
Yeah.
Gate 9 haven't met the Machides in a while.
Mm-hmm.
Now, perhaps they've grown up. or perhaps they've got a lot of unfinished business.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, we know the Two Omonia, Two Furious fans are very spirited, let's say.
Yes.
Let's call them spirited. But yeah, I don't think that the Magario is not.
It's not suitable for anything.
It's a fucking coliseum as it is now. You might as well.
Yeah.
If you're gonna play at the Magario, you might as well play at the Gurio Chariot place.
Yeah,
for
sure.
It's
for sure. It's a mess. But the game is next Wednesday, isn't it?
Yep.
And we're recording that night, so
live show.
Yes.
Now, yeah. So, one more bit of our boiled news, and then we can move on to the real main event, right?
Well, let's do the league table first, obviously.
Yeah, of course, yeah. But Stavros Gavriil, right? We've got to talk about him and his fucking
behavior,
attitude. Yeah. Gavriil was in the squad registration for this match, and then he was dropped, and then everybody was like, "Ooh, what's gone on there?" So Abuel had to release a statement after the match, basically saying that they received an offer for him. That offer was not even half the valuation that we have of him, so we rejected it. And he threw his toys out the pram. So he said he was no longer going to train. So Abuel made the decision to drop him from the first team until further notice. So if you're not going to train, you're not going to train. You're going to be with the sticking with the under 8s. But yeah, I can't believe I defended him. I defended that player. I defended Rafael. I said he should be given a chance in the team. He should be given a chance. He's a local boy. He's young. He's Cypriot. He's hungry. He's really good. He's really good. The chances he's been given, he's performed very well. He performed well for Agridas last season. When he was given the chance for Abuel this season, he played very well. I thought he should be given more chances. Fuck him. Yeah. Fuck him. Right. And for him, the club, right? For all respect to Zutter Waregem, right? They're not exactly fucking Real Madrid, are they?
Well, they're top of the second division in Belgium, but they're not. Their chances of playing European football next season are nothing. So
exactly. So I know I got a bit of shit from Zura Waltiger. I can't even pronounce the team name. Sorry. I'm going to get more shit. But the team, right, has got a bit of history, and the reason why they've been relegated into the second division is poor mismanagement from previous. I wonder where that's come up before.
Parallels.
Anyway, and so they're obviously rebuilding the team to try and get back into the first division, and then from the first division build them back up to where they got to previously.
Yeah.
And Gabriel is probably a very good fit for them. I would say normally it would have been a very good fit for him. But if you've got an attitude like that, right, it performs well for Waregem. And then say, I don't know, what they like. What would be bigger than them, but not too much bigger than them. It's Standard Liège come for him, right? And then they offer some really shit money for him, and they say no. What says he's then not going to go? Oh, I'm not going to fucking play no more. Well, fucking let me go. No excuse for this.
Put it this way.
Baby boy behaviour. It's like what Loizo did a couple of seasons ago with
Omonia. Right. You're taking the words right out of my mouth here, because I've got to credit Abuel for doing what they did. Because Omonia did something similar, although Loizo was back literally a week and a half, 2 weeks later. Okay?
Mm.
The difference is while Gabriel has done what he's done, and to some extent I can understand, because he probably feels that this is his big opportunity to go elsewhere, go to a bigger, not bigger club, but bigger league, more opportunities to develop, etc. I get it. I get it. But there's a way of doing things.
Yeah.
Okay. And I think we've seen it not just in Cyprus, but all over the world where player power is taken over. And I think it's about bloody time that clubs are putting their feet down and saying, no, not going to happen. Now, he may argue and say, well, you guys promised me that if a big money move comes, I would leave. But at the same time, Apoel are well within their rights to say, this is the valuation. We're not going to get bullied out of it. And this is how it is. Omoni did the same with Loizu. But the difference is, first of all, as I said, Loizu was back within 2 weeks. Yeah. And number two, there were murmurs by certain family members of his on social media. And I don't know about Gabriel because I don't follow him on social media and I don't know any of his family, whatever. So I don't know if the same thing has happened. But here's the fundamental difference. At least his family, from what I know, from what I've seen, from what I've heard, they've kept out of it.
Yeah.
And there's a fundamental difference. So that might save him. Might save him.
Well,
but with with the Loizu situation is completely different. And I would have just stuck him in the under-19s and said, this is where you're going to be until you apologize publicly.
Yeah, I mean, the other difference between obviously Loizu and Gabriel, Loizu was an important member of the first team.
Yeah, that's irrelevant.
No, but Gabriel is at the moment. Gabriel is a bit part player.
No, I get that, but what I'm saying, it's irrelevant because it doesn't matter whether you're a star player or you're playing a few minutes. The club is the one that employs you. They pay your wages, and he's not been hard done by. No. They haven't loaned him out again. They've said, right, we're gonna give you your chances. If you're good enough, you get your chances. So I don't think the club's done anything wrong.
No, they haven't. No, I'm defending the club at this point. It's stupid. He's a stupid little boy.
But do you think he's been ill-advised as well by his representatives?
More than likely. And they're probably because they're looking at what he's going to earn in a salary and thinking, oh, how much am I going to get of that? Oh, yeah, you should kick off.
Who is his agent anyway?
I don't know. It's probably on Transfermarkt, isn't it?
1 minute. Okay, let me have a look, because usually you have people following him, and I'm going to do a bit of research while we're doing this. So
yeah, he's not listed. Oh no, yeah, it says player agent, no agent on Transfermarkt.
No.
Or
there are two possibilities.
Okay.
There are two possibilities.
Okay.
Let me have a look.
Okay. In the meantime, while you look at that, do you want me to talk about the last story?
Yeah, go on. Go ahead.
Yes. So,
I know who it is.
Oh, there we go. Okay, never mind then. We're going to talk about it afterwards.
Yes, we're definitely going to talk about this afterwards.
Oh, I love it. You guys are probably going to find out about this in a couple of weeks, but I'm going to get it.
We're definitely going to talk about this. Okay.
So should we do the league table then?
Yes, we shall do the league table. Here we go. We'll bring that up. So, as Thassos said, Apoel top of the league. 5 points clear. I'm not doing that. It's not for you guys. 5 points ahead of Anorthosi. Then you have Ari, Omonia, and Buffalo locked in at 35 points. AEK in 6th with 33 points, 2 points behind. They're closing the gap. Apollon on 29 points, 4 points behind AEK. So it's going to be a bit of a slog for Apollon to get into the top 6, but it's not impossible. Then you have Salamina in 8th. They're not on 25 goals now. Not 25 like last week. AEL stuck in 9th on 19 points. They have Ethnigo, Othello, AES, Garmiodisa, and Doxa. They are scrapping, mate.
Yeah, look at that. It's tight at the top.
It's tight.
Well, it's tight at the bottom, except for Doxa. And then there's the teams that kind of been left in the middle.
Yep.
But yeah,
Clowns to the left of me, jokers to the right.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we're talking about a Bollon, so yeah. Anyway, we'll go to the third division now, shall we?
Let's do this.
And we're not going to talk about Armenia for once.
Nope.
No, Jimmy, what? Jimmy, you're fine, Jimmy. Don't worry about it. Jimmy. You're going to be all right. Now, Yeroskibo FC. You remember Yeroskibo FC? There was a Yeroskibo a while ago that got into the first division once a long time ago. Anyway, they went and then they came back, and they're now in the third division.
Yes.
They were recently bought out by a Ukrainian investor who was based out of Dnipro. So there's a reason why this investor has come from the Ukraine. Dnipro obviously is going through some things at the moment that we'll leave out of this football podcast. Anyway, Yeroskibo FC released a statement that kind of came out of nowhere because as good as we are on researching stuff, especially me, I'm good at the researching stuff. Don't really pay attention that far down the pyramid in Cyprus because there's like 3 people who care about it. Don't come after me, fans of Yeroskibo. But yeah, they released a statement on Tuesday decrying the fake Facebook and Instagram accounts posing as the club, which were posting lies and slander. Lies and slander. Do you want to share the image of
this one?
There's the one.
That's the one.
That's the FC_Yeroskibo account, and there's a picture of 8 players with Bet365 slapped all over the place, and results defeats for Yeroskibo 3-1 against Ethnikos, I think that's Lachon. Spartakos, 2-0 loss against Spartakos Gidio, and 3-0 against Abona Anayas, I think. Or Aspis Pilas.
Whoever.
Yeah. And then the post underneath says, "Caution, soccer cheaters in Cyprus." Loads of crosses and exclamation marks. That $signs. They are working for a predetermined result. More exclamation marks. No entry sign. This is how we can identify these footballers who have been identified and are suspected of participating in games with set results of the Yeroskibos team. No entry sign. These football players in question and the coaches, and then there's like a load of different players' names. So no point mentioning them. We're giving the desired result in inverted commas in several games this season at the betting office. No entry sign. I
like how they got the Bet365 logo, by the way. Like that's the main betting company that they use.
Right?
Not Phone Bet, not Mega Bet, no, just Bet365.
Yeah, exactly. Stishy man. We would like to draw the attention of football clubs. Be extra careful if any of this list of footballers in inverted commas and coaches inverted commas offers you their services. Prayer hands. We were careless and paid no attention to their past. ... Yeah. Lies on slander, ladies and gentlemen. So this Instagram account actually leads to a Facebook page, which is also kind of posting the same things. And also a Ukrainian sports news article where they interview the new owner of the team. Now, I completely forgot to write the name down of the guy, but regardless, up until about a week ago, bless you, sir. He muted himself so we wouldn't hear it, but I ruined it.
Yeah, so, copy done.
Yeah, up until a week ago, the accounts were posting like normal football club account stuff. Happy New Year. Here's our results from the under-19s games. Here's a 30-second video of us asking a player who is what his favorite cloud is or whatever.
Yep.
But yeah, and then and then 7 days ago, just went like loads of like images with Bet365 plastered all over them. But yeah, so I decided to kind of look at the links and probably gave my phone lots of viruses by clicking the links. So, I sacrifice myself for your information, guys. But I got to this Ukrainian sports website article, hit the translate button because
here you go.
While I can read it, I'm not gonna. While I can read Cyrillic, I wasn't gonna sit there and be like, "Przhalitsa," write it down and then look in a dictionary. Just click that translate button. So the article's very long and very detailed. Talks about how he bought the club, what kind of stuff he got up to in the Ukraine beforehand. In Ukraine beforehand, why he chose Yeroskibul, why things, how he's doing things at the club. And one of the things I picked out was kind of something kind of near the bottom. I'm just going to read it off where it says, for many years, many local football players in Yeroskibul who did not match the level of the team. We started to bring in new ones, and the old ones were offended and did not play. We had to get rid of the old guard. Also, the former management of the club is trying to bring their friends, godfathers, brothers to the team, and we are breaking it. People who have been in Yeroskibul since they were amateurs will not understand. They are no longer pushing the level and are trying to create problems within the team. For the next year, I will generally strive for full, it says legionization of the in the translation, but I'm guessing that's to make them professional of Yeroskibul. I want to sign more Portuguese and Italians. They are good defenders among the Cypriots, but there is trouble in midfield and attack. Now, there was also another part of the article where the owners said that he had hired a photographer that was going to take over the social media presence. So kind of like between alienating the people who used to own the club, alienating the old players that were there, alienating the social media manager. There's a few people.
Well, there's another club, but second division, that are doing something similar.
Well, yeah, but the way that they're doing it, I think, is a bit more professional. Professional. Anyway, now obviously this stuff gets posted out, and Yeroskibul bring out the statement after, and then here comes the cesspit. Yeah, remember those guys? The Committee of Ethics and Safeguarding in Sport.
Yes.
They came out with a statement this morning.
Come the men in black.
Wednesday morning.
Neuralizer.
Yeah. So, I don't know. They must have tried to bury the lead or something in this, because their statement had 3 things that they will do. So they will, 1, no longer be reporting when a yellow or red warning has been sent to them. I'm guessing that's to cut down on the amount of shredding that goes on as soon as one of their statements goes out.
Yep.
So 2, they will continue to investigate the 2 games they were already on with. And one was involving Omonia from last season. I don't think Omonia is at fault. Or Omonia might be at fault. We discussed it previously privately still. A certain player or 2 players. Well, I'll bring it up again to remind you afterwards. And 3, they will be looking at the allegations put across on the FC Yeroskibul social media, regardless if it's a fake account or not.
Oh boy.
Dum dum dum.
Oh boy.
Guys. Imagine if we didn't record the podcast we recorded last week. Look how much shit went down. And it was only, what, 4 days since we recorded live?
Yeah.
Never
a dull moment. And you know what? Again, it just goes back to what I keep on saying about the Cypriot League. You can talk about an incident in the Premier League and they talk about it for 10, 12, 14, 15, 16 days. The amount of times I've seen the headline of a podcast, whether it be ESPN or whatever, Raya or Ramsdale, and it's been going on and on and on. Whereas us, it's just non-stop. We got no opportunity to sit there and talk. To be funny, mate, to be fair, this morning I was saying to myself, what a boring day it's been. And then lo and behold.
Oh my God. And by the time this gets released tomorrow, shitload of other things would have happened that we haven't talked about.
Hopefully not. I don't want to be out of date. Not within like 12 hours. Please, I beg.
It happened at one point, didn't it? Where we basically recorded, we put it down, and then Riyadh released a statement.
Yeah, no, it was
about match fixing.
Yes, that's right. That's right.
Right after, we finished recording.
And it also happened with the 6,000 page document.
Oh God.
With Guma, which we still haven't heard anything since.
Yeah, still waiting on that, guys.
And that was what, September?
Yeah. Come on, Sess. What happened?
Do your thing.
What happened? Exactly. Pretty much. But yeah.
Flipping hell. So, anything else?
No, man. That's it, man.
Done.
That's it. Yeah.
We're out of here. Fucking hell. Anyway, thank you, boys and girls, for listening, for tuning in. We'll be back next week. Hopefully, we'll have more interesting news, but nothing that's going to drag. We're on Instagram and Twitter at This Is Mappa. That's Thassos' social media.
Yeah.
Mine is here. We have a Discord. We have a Facebook group page. Don't forget to visit our sponsors, foodfromcyprus.com.
Yeah. And I was going to say, wasn't there a second sponsor?
Ah, yes. Before I forget, thanks for reminding me. Thanks for reminding me. Buffer, our friend Buffer. Where is the video that I've got here? There we go. Ask Printing House. Personalized gifts. They will print anything within reason. Anything. So your T-shirts, hoodies, jumpers, Christmas stuff for next year, Easter stuff. Visit Us Printing House. They're on Facebook. As you can see from the video, they've got all the professional gear. He's a friend of ours. He's an Orthodoxy fan. I'm pretty sure he's hurting from the weekend's defeat. But high quality products and printing at reasonable prices, mate. There you go. They're in Oroglini as well. Very nice part of Cyprus.
There you go. I think we've covered everything. Remember, there's the Flares Cafe's website.
Yes.
Listen, I'm open to people contacting me if they want to write something up. Send me a message. Let's see if we got something interesting to put together.
I think an article is due. I've been slacking anyway. I've been slacking.
Oh no, I have as well. They did. It's been a while since we put something on there. So I've got something twitching up here.
Yes.
Something stat laden.
I think maybe we should do like a joint. I don't know, report card for the season so far. Maybe when the playoffs, just before the playoffs start, we should do one.
Yep.
Grade every team.
Oh yeah.
It's gonna be fun.
I'm up for that.
It's gonna be fun. Anyway, boys and girls, thank you for tuning in. We'll be back very, very soon. Until next time.